sun come out tomorrow. The waves are so pretty.
Scoot over, I'm getting it.
Intelexx here. Welcome to Lifin with Lex, where we talk about a variety of topics surrounding life, because life be lifin', right? Yes, definitely working out to keep the stress level down, because life be lifin' and people will try you. Okay, but don't worry, because there is one thing that we gotta do. And listen, check the message here. Okay, start each day with a grateful heart. Yeah.
Everybody get in the picture, get in the video. Hey, we out there.
Definitely got to be around the family, but self-care is a must, so you need that isolation because, baby, but most importantly, enjoying life, because you only get one, right? And a part of life is building relationships. Definitely got to have that. And definitely got to stay on point with the learning, because knowledge is power. Okay? And not only that, applying it. Yes, that's right. Putting that knowledge to work and doing the work for the greater good. You heard me? Make sure to tune in and tap in to this episode to see what we're going to talk about today. We are back, and we are back. Welcome to Life with Lex podcast and vlog. This is episode 4, and we are going to be talking about a masterpiece, my work of art, my purpose. Thank you so much for coming back another month to tune in and tap in to this episode as we talk about my purpose. So for those of you who don't know, I'll just give you a brief history of who I am and what I do. Okay, so I am an entrepreneur, which is an art entrepreneur. I am a photographer, a journalist, a published poet, a published author, and a business owner, as well as a scholar, and I do so many different things, right? And so part of my purpose is sharing truth through many different avenues, but one of the main avenues is through artistry. So poetry, rapping, singing, spoken word, authorship. Okay, all of those things are a part of who I am. And for those of you who did not check out the previous episodes, definitely check it out, especially the introduction about who I am, because I delved into a little bit about my backstory. But when it comes to my purpose, when I was about 6 or 7 years old, I started writing short stories, poems, songs, raps, and I would just write it down, and it would be about all types of things, from other people's experiences, things that I've seen in the neighborhood, in the community, on television, within my own life, my personal experiences, my feelings about things. If I'm having a good day, a bad day, if something came to my mind, I would just create and create and create. And, it got to the point where I got enough courage to share my art with my family, and to the point where they were probably sick of me. I am convinced, because whenever I would create something and I thought it was really good, I would say, all right, y'all, all right, whatever y'all doing, I need y'all to stop because I just created something and I'm going to share it with y'all. And so they had no choice but to listen. And I was really excited at the time because I, created something I thought was really good and I got good feedback from them. And so I was like, okay, we doing something here. So it was my heaven. It was my outlet. It was my paradise. It was something that brought me joy, that brought me peace, and I just would naturally do it. It was just a natural thing. You know how some people they write in journals or they do so many different forms of expression, right? That is something that I did through writing poetry and all types of art. And so, one of the things that actually helped me growing up was one of my sisters, Annie. She, whenever I would create or whenever I would write and I would rap, during this time I would rap. I was really big on rap, right? So I created one of these raps early on, and she would share this with pretty much all of our friends in the neighborhood. So whenever I would go out, someone else would find out that I could rap, and so they'd be like, "Oh, I heard you could rap. Let me hear you." And I was so nervous back then, y'all. Listen, it was so bad to the point where it was just like, "Okay, I will share, but I'm gonna need you to turn around and not face me because I'm gonna be really nervous if you are facing me, so you can't look at me. Just look away. Look away." And so people will respect my wishes, and they really gave me a lot of support. So it really boosted my confidence. It actually helped me to perform and prepare myself for what would be to come. Thinking back now, being able to perform so many different places and being on different stages that I didn't think that I would be on, um, it really helps me to gain my confidence to speak clearly, to have better stage presence, and to really enjoy myself being on stage. Now, for those of you who do not know about how I grew into performing, I was very nervous. So being able to have stage presence and really hone in on your performance is key. If you've ever been to a concert, if you ever watched the BET Awards or any type of award show, and you see the different performances, they've worked very hard to make that performance great. And so, in the same way, I had to grow myself into that. Okay, so when it comes to learning how to fall upward, that is a skill. So when I was younger, when I was first starting out, I really wanted to share my art. And growing up with family who had their own businesses, I never wanted to work for anyone else. And I was blessed to be able to learn what it is that I wanted to do, what my purpose was at a young age. So I wasn't out here questioning. Now, that's not to say that some of you will not have, time to figure out what your purpose is, because we all have purposes. We all have a reason for being here, right? And so if you don't know what that is, more than likely is the one thing that you do with ease, things that you might do that people compliment you on. Why? Wow, you're doing it so fast. You do it so effectively. You do it so seamlessly. You make it look easy. Uh, that whatever that your passion is, whatever it is that you enjoy the most, that you will continue to do whether you get paid for it or not. The one thing that really gets under your skin when there's nothing being done about whatever that is, that is more than likely your purpose. Right. So, like I said, I was blessed to be able to learn what my purpose was. So, I am going to share with you something fairly quickly, and I want you all to let me know your thoughts.
I go by Intelexx. I won't be before you long. This is called People These Days. People out there shooting and killing, but some people, just might be chilling, minding their own business, and one day someone comes up to the door and say, yo, empty everything and give me all you got, and they say, I don't got a lot, so they hold a gun to your head. Next thing, you know they dead. People out there committing crimes instead of going to work to make the dimes. They need to get a dime instead of making money in the streets so when they get famous they can make any kind of speech. People out there selling crack and dope. When they offer me some, I should know they think they can get away with everything they do, but you gotta be careful, this might sell to you. Do you be in a situation because they offer you some? Don't do the wrong thing, because I know you ain't dumb. People crazy, fighting everybody to see. That's around with people like A&E, or they talk about how they go on fights that maybe something up, but that's just the mic, get drunk, to know what to do with their life. Then do some girl and she's the wife. Then when they get married, it's another story, and they're gonna want all the glory, but it don't treat like start treat before. A couple days later, they get a divorce. That's how life is, if you know what I'm saying. So don't be procrastinating. Thank you. God bless.
All right, so what did y'all think about that? What did y'all think? The beginning phases. All right, so that was me in my early days, right? I had to grow into learning how to command a room, or learning how to really have stage presence, and to be able to really embody my art through my body language as well as my words, because art is life. And so it's not just what I say, it's how I look, how I present myself, how the art speaks for me and to me and through me and to others. And so I just really wanted to highlight that I've come a long way, and like we were talking about earlier, falling upward. Sometimes those failures you're gonna feel it, right? But don't give up. Keep going. And like Erica Badu says, I'm sensitive about my So, yes, I grew up very shy, very nervous. I never wanted to be in the spotlight. Never enjoyed being the person that people were looking at, because it was never comfortable for me. And so always being behind the scenes, behind the camera as a photographer, behind the pen as a writer, doing behind the scenes things. That was something that I felt was like, okay, I don't want to be in the movie, but I'll produce one. I don't want to be necessarily an actress, even though at one point I was pursuing that. And I think I could do something like that. Maybe along the line somewhere in my future that might be the case. However, I was more so like I'd be behind the camera, shooting everything, shooting the footage, you know, an artist, being the singer or being the musician. I'll be one of the background dancers or the background singers, because I never wanted to have that spotlight on me. However, you know, praying about it and seeking God about it, there were certain things that He revealed to me about not hiding in the background, because I'm not meant to be in the background. I'm meant to share my voice. I'm meant to share my light with others so that their light can spark. And so being able to be on different platforms and speak on different platforms helped me to be able to gain the confidence and start from a young age. When my sister would tell people, oh, my sister can rap, my sister can do this and do that, she's been one of my greatest supporters, along with other family members and friends. And so shout out to you all, because I appreciate everybody who has been a part of this process. And just knowing that your purpose is never going to be about just you, right? This masterpiece is a work of art. It is a work in progress. And when I think about masterpiece, yo, listen, I think about two things, right? I think about an artist, a painter, someone who creates art on canvases or murals or buildings, or a potter who deals with clay, right? And so when it comes to a painter, they might create 20 different art pieces before they get to that one that's like, this is the one I was looking for. They could have created the same painting 20 times, 30 times, 50 times, 112 times, 11 times before they got to the one that they really liked, right? And so this is something that we should remember when we are in our fields, along with the potter. When you are creating something out of clay, you can see them molding it, shaping it. They might fold it up and wrinkle it and then create something else, and then fold that up, wrinkle it, create something else, and really mold it and shape it the way that they want it until it is the way that they want it. This is something that is evident when it comes to any work of art. Any masterpiece is going to take time. There are going to be failures, there are going to be mess ups, there are going to be slip ups. Even the most talented and amazing artists out here have messed up in front of everyone, and they've learned to play it off. Now, in the beginning, when I would mess up, when I was on stage performing, it would be noticeable because I would make it noticeable. Now, when I mess up, I try to play it off to where people don't even realize I might have missed a whole line or I might have messed up some words, but I continue on in the process. All right, so I want you all to check this out and let me know your thoughts when we come back.
My Mother's Day. Trigger warning, by the way. Rhyme flow inspired by Letter to File On, J Electronica. Y'all know who that is? No, I just check. 7 years running, 4 years cold, 16 years around the world, yet still the truth's untold. Day by day, you betray me with those pretty eyes, those pretty lies. Fool me with a disguised mask. His hands on your back, gripping your thighs. You went precious on him, they got mad at his ride, get it? Like a lamb to the slaughter, I stayed silent, caught temporary amnesia, all because you caused it on purpose. Because you were oh so miserable. They say it loves company, man, you just pitiful, never dealing with your demons. They stayed inside, kept giving more teasings for me to the lion that bit you, and never once apologized, not once. Seeing all the tears I cried, how it broke my spirit. You smiled and walked on by. That's evil, sacrificing your own child for some freedom. And a few rides, how selfish, having babies raise your babies. They're coming back around acting all fugazi, that's crazy. Like you was there the whole time. I said, take me with you, but you just drove on by. Leaving me in a lion's den to fend for myself, alone and afraid, couldn't ask for help. When I did, you chose the side of the enemy, keeping family secrets within the family instead of justice. There was no peace, there was no sleep, there was no ease in my spirit. 21 years to growth stunted, felt like I was aborted motherless. I was cage locked, I was spirit blocked, and was still in shock. I couldn't bear it. Had to let me out, climbed to the nearest exit, busted the windows out. I exploded like a reservoir, and this means war, damn broke. Had to let the pressure out just to tell y'all what I'm talking about, and that's freedom. Breaking generational chains. What was now no longer remains. Praise Jesus. I'm no longer the same. I'm smarter, I'm wiser, and I know my name, Intelexx. Because the purpose in me wouldn't be what it be without the pain, you see. Now I accept it, knowing it was all for my good, so I can share my story and finally be understood, and now you see me. And while I still got your attention, one last thing I'd like to mention. I just reintroduced myself. My name is, and that's that piece.
All right. What did y'all think? And please, honest feedback is appreciated. I have learned to grow and to constructive criticism, because growing up, like Erica Badu says, we as artists are sensitive about art. Okay? And so when someone critiques that, that's like, this art is our baby, right? This is something I cherish, something I love, and I am opening myself up to share my baby with you. And you got the nerve to say something that don't fall in line with what I'm saying. But honestly, I think that it is an amazing part of growth is when there is criticism and challenge involved, because if everybody is just agreeing with you saying that, oh, this is great, this is wonderful, you can't go wrong, all yes men and yes women around you, that is not going to make you grow in your purpose, because you need somebody who's going to challenge you. You need somebody who's going to say, well, why didn't you do it this way? Or maybe I suggest if you add this in here, this might sound better. Or as a dancer, maybe if you practice stretching this way, you can be more flexible to do this type of dance. Or working on your facial expressions if you are a performer, if you're a singer, or if you're a writer, or a poet, or if you share your authorship with others, doing all of these things will help you to get there, right? Working on your vocal tones, practicing those ad libs if you are a singer, doing your vocal trainings or anything like that. Or if somebody is really in tune with you to where they know where you are off just a little bit and they're not afraid to tell you that you're off just a little bit, right? You don't need people that's going to agree with you all the time, because that doesn't help you, especially if you need to grow. Growth is not created in comfort. It is always when you are uncomfortable that you grow. If you go to the gym and you are looking to gain a better body, to gain more muscle, you do not stay at 10, 20 pounds for a year and then expect to see some extreme results, right? You know, you might start off at 10, then you go up to 20, then you go to 30, and you keep going up because your body withstands the pressure that's being put against your muscles. But if you're not putting any pressure against those muscles, you're not working anything. And in the same way, if you're not putting pressure on yourself and challenging yourself, you are not strengthening your gifts. You're not walking in your purpose. And if people don't know what your purpose is, then you ain't doing something right. You're not. Because at the end of the day, your purpose is supposed to be bigger than you, right? Your purpose is supposed to be bigger than you. It's not going to be all on you to do everything, right? And so this is something that we have to get better at, is thinking that we can do it all by ourselves. Now, we can, but it's going to go beyond you, because a lot of times the vision that you get for your purpose, you might be the one to start it. You're not necessarily going to be the one to finish it. Or it might be somebody else's vision and you are in the continuation phase of it. And then somebody else is going to continue after you. But in order to leave a legacy and in order to leave your mark, you have to get to a place where once you know what it is that you need to do, you need to figure out who's going to help you to get there, because you can't do it all by yourself. We are not meant to be alone. We are not meant to do things on our own. Now, there are going to be times in our life where we are going to be isolated, where we have to have that alone time, but that's to get to know us, to learn more about who we are, to learn about what we can do to be better, to share our purpose with each other, to help someone else. Because, you know, our purpose is our gift. And a gift is not a gift until it's given. And if you're not giving anything, then what are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing if you are not giving of yourself to the world? And to be honest, Everything in creation has a purpose, has a function. Most things that we buy have manuals that give instruction on how to use it because everything has a specific purpose. Now, if we are functioning with this purpose inside us and we don't know what that purpose is, how can we get up out of us what's meant to be shared with others if we are disconnected from ourselves? And so we have to learn to be more in tune with what our purpose is so that we can share it, because we are stewards over what we have, and whatever we don't use, we lose. So don't lose your purpose being afraid. Don't lose your purpose trying to think that someone else's purpose is better than yours. Not being confident. Don't lose your purpose because you're unhappy with what you were given. Don't be ungrateful, you know. So just learn to love and accept you for you, because nobody can be you but you. And you are beautiful just the way you are, just the way you were created. And this part of your purpose is going to help so many people that you don't realize. I have been connected with so many different people through Intelexx that it's just a blessing to be able to connect with so many different people on different platforms, to be able to be given a vision that I cannot carry out on my own. I need others, and so learning how to do that. And like I said earlier, Intelexx Artrepreneur Agency was something that I was given at 16 years old. So it's been here for a couple of decades now. And I am so blessed to be able to have a platform that can help so many different people to promote their unique artistry and promote their purpose. Because there are so many of you out here that know exactly what you were meant to do and what you're called to do. And so I am so grateful. Now, that was your mic drop, y'all. And we have our mic drop before we close it out. And so we switched up just a little bit this time because I want to go live with y'all and share one of my pieces that really resonates with me. As one of my pieces that I share a lot, because it really hones in on being yourself. Nobody can be you but you, and so make sure you are uniquely, beautifully, and artistically you, because there's no one that's going to do it like you do it. And so this piece is called Original. I'd rather be an original than a copycat. Fitting in, blending in, well, it's all the same to me. It's pointless and takes too much effort to conform to the norms of society. Well, what exactly is the norm? Somebody please let me know, because I'm confused. Is it the happy and middle-aged wife that's the norm? Or single mother of 5 with 1 unborn the norm? Is it the overweight secretary? Or the underweight high school student? This is the norm? No, thank you. I'd rather be an original. Copywritten with no carbon copies. Imagery is bliss, sort of like planets aligning in due time. Not everyone get it. Yep, some of y'all just missed it. Don't worry, it'll click in a few hours or decades with shades of gray, clouds, no minds, and they gotta hear. Let me make that clear. Bright mind is straight lining, hustle and flow. And like the waves of the ocean, rocking from side to side, but every moment creating another ripple of life that's uniquely designed. I like that. It's like my mind is on another wavelength, strength-based, focused. The art of life is beautiful with all the rays of the rainbow. Blue and purple rain showering my pale horse, feeding it with color, blooming with vigor, ready for war, ready to fight. Aight? You feel me? Maybe not. But I bet your mind does. Going on this mental roller coaster, dipping in and out, up and down, left and right. Right. That's right. We talking about originals. I think I clearly defined in my mind my unique design of life as I know it. Copywritten with no carbon copies. I'd rather be an original than a copycat. Sincerely, the intellectual poet. Now, that's just one of the many things I do. You know, I also do so many other artistry items, right? I do a little bit of everything. But I thank you all so much for tuning into this month episode, just speaking on a masterpiece, my work of art, my purpose, and what I do, and how I can help you. So if you are interested in sharing your art and helping to increase the awareness of the art community, if you want your art to be promoted, if you want help and assistance with anything when it comes to your development, go to Intelexx.com and we will help you. Me and my team will help you. But I thank you so much for listening, and until next time, stay tuned, stay tapped in, and we will see you back again. See you later. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Okay, so keep it real. What did you think? And be honest, y'all, because I really want to know what y'all think. Honest feedback definitely matters, okay? Share your thoughts about it on the Q&A that's attached to the episode on Anchor or Spotify or Apple or all the amazing platforms. If you're on YouTube, make sure to drop a comment. If you want to share a little bit more, but you don't want to do it on those platforms, make sure to email us so that we can share your thoughts on the show. I want you to remember to love yourself.
I meditate all the time, learn my lesson, turn my blessings into one of a kind. I'm gonna stand up face to face, ain't anything in my way. Mama told me never let my feelings get in the way. I'm waking up like how the hell can I get better today? I gave myself that confirmation, boy, you already great.
Be true to yourself. And when life starts lifing, life back. But don't forget to life with Lex. Until next time.